afternoon. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, hundreds of U.S. Capitol rioters released from jail following President Trump's sweeping pardons. Philippine Ambassador Babe Romualdez confident that the country's alliance with the U.S. will remain strong under the second Trump presidency. K-pop superstar Jennie finally revealing the details of her upcoming debut solo album. And the Golden State Warriors main man, Steph Curry, gives a heartwarming surprise to his most devoted fan. Thanks for joining us. We begin in the U.S., where hundreds of Donald Trump supporters jailed for the 2021 Capitol riot have been released. That's after the newly inaugurated president issued sweeping pardons for more than 1,000 criminal defendants. So far, the Federal Bureau of Prisons says over 200 rioters have been freed. They include the former leader of the far-right Oath Keepers group, Stewart Rhodes. He was found guilty of plotting to use force to prevent Congress from certifying Trump's 2020 election loss.
I feel vindicated and validated. Well, yesterday we got locked down because someone got stabbed in our facility. Nothing to do with me, but we got locked down. So we're listening on the radio, and we heard President Trump say that he's going to be taking action for the J6 hostages. That's when I knew for sure. But I always knew he was going to do it. You know, I had no doubt. I had full faith that he would do it.
Amid criticisms, Trump on Tuesday defended his grant of pardons, saying the defendants have served their time in prison. President Trump quickly making good on his promise of a stricter immigration crackdown. In another controversial move, the administration rolled back a Biden-era policy that barred federal migrant arrests at sensitive locations. These include schools, hospitals, and churches. The Department of Homeland Security claims criminals will no longer be able to hide in such locations to avoid arrest. On Monday, Trump also signed a slew of immigration executive actions, including ending the use of an app that facilitated the entry of migrants into the U.S. President Trump attends a prayer service at the Washington National Cathedral, and he got a sermon he may not have been expecting. Episcopal Bishop Marian Edgar Buddy pleaded with Trump to show mercy on immigrants and respect gay rights. In his inaugural speech, Trump declared there are only two genders in America.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people.
Trump dismissed the bishop's remarks as he returned to the White House.
Mr. President, what did you think of the sermon? What did you think of the sermon? What did you think of the
What did you think of the service?
What did you think? Did you like it? Did you find it exciting? Not too exciting, was it? I didn't think it was a good service, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
They can do much better.
Thank you, press. Inside, inside. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, hey there mga kabiyaheros and welcome to Galore sa Pantalan. And for today, nandito tayo sa Northport Passenger Terminal dito sa Manila North Harbor. Para sa mga kabiyaheros nating ihahatid ng family and friends, meron tayong passenger drop-off area. Para naman sa mga kabiyaheros nating may sasakyan, meron din tayong designated parking lot. And kung ikaw ay may katanungan sa iyong biyahe, andito ang ating malasakit help desk and quick response desk. Para sa ating mga kabiyaheros, i-secure nyo lamang po ang inyong mga passenger terminal ticket at ipakita sa ating mga designated security personnel. Pagkatapos ng temperature at initial security check, dadaan naman tayo sa baggage screening area at frisk area. So after ng mga security checks, magche-check-in ka lang and ready to go ka na sa boarding gate. Mga kabiyaheros, andito na tayo sa loob and wow, talagang napakaluwag dito sa loob ng Northport Passenger Terminal. Ang sabi nila kaya daw nito ng 2,000 tao at any given time. So meron din silang nursing room, meron din silang prayer room, at meron din ditong libreng drinking fountain. Meron din para sa mga may kiddos and kids dyan, meron din kids playroom. So ayan mga galorkada, nalibot na natin ang passenger terminal building dito sa Manila North Harbor. Sumuli, ako si Neil, ang inyong galorkada sa galaan at chikahan dito sa Pantalan. So guys, what are you waiting for? Discover the Philippines at i-explore ang mga pantalan na nasa pamamahala ng Philippine Ports Authority. Paalam!
Your newest source of news and information.
That's it?
Follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow.
Oh man.
On cable and free TV. Online.
He joins us from the Batasang Pamalasang.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda. No Friday.
This is BNC. And we are everywhere.
Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Rain Musnip. Join us as we explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. Apple is closing in on a historic $4 trillion stock market valuation.
ICP is a general purpose blockchain wherein you can build anything and everything.
Market cap of the entire cryptocurrency world to almost 3 trillion. That's almost the money supply of the US.
Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb, ako si Corina Sanchez Rojas. Simulan na natin ang agenda.
Sa bayang napapanood, sa bayang napapakinggan, sa bayang naihahatid sa bayan ang mga agenda sa likod ng malalaking balita gabi-gabi. Sa Free TV, Channel 31. Sa Cable TV, Cignal, Channel 24. Converge TV, Channel 74. Sa Facebook Live, Bilyonaryo News Channel, Bilyonaryo Page, Politico Page, Abogado PH Page, DWAR, 1494 Page, Abante News Online. Sa streaming at on-demand platforms, Bilyonaryo News Channel YouTube, Cignal Play. Sa FM Radio, Mellow 94.7 BFM. Sa AM Radio, DWAR 1494. Walang hindi kayang abutin ang ating hangaring may hatid ang gabi-gabing Agenda! 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 Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 6 p.m. Sabado at Linggo, 5:30 p.m.
Sa bawat issue, may anggulo. At ang balita, may agenda.
To BNC's Election 2025 special coverage.
You're back on Newsfeed at noon. Calls grow for the country to stop sending workers to Kuwait following the recent deaths of 2 Filipinos there. Agatha Gregorio with the details.
Senator Raffy Tulfo calls for a total deployment ban of domestic workers to Kuwait. Tulfo says he would prefer the loss of jobs over the loss of lives.
There's so many countries who will be more than happy to receive our workers. Singapore, Hong Kong, ang dami na kung saan hindi minamaltrato yung ating mga OFWs. Dito sa Kuwait, paulit-ulit na lang. And yet, para tayong pinagpipilitan natin ang ating mga sarili na i-push sila doon. We feed them to the lions.
Tulfo also mentioned what happened to some OFWs in Kuwait, such as the burning of the body of Julie Biranara in 2023 and Joanna Demafelis being found lifeless in a freezer in 2018. The senator adds he is ready to speak to the president about the ban.
The president is a reasonable man, and he will listen. He knows how to listen when it's time to listen. Mahal ng ating Pangulo ang ating mga OFW.
According to the Migrant Workers Department, at the moment, they allow the deployment of skilled workers and those with overseas work experience. First-timers, however, cannot be deployed. During the hearing, the DMW asked for 1 week to work on this proposed ban. Tulfo also said that employers in Kuwait should undergo neurological screening before hiring OFWs.
Agree po ako sa inyo. There should be some screening, psychological screening, or a level of determining whether qualified yung employer. At kung dadagdagan ko pa, Mr. Chair, yung briefing na binabanggit ko po, tama kayo. Hindi lamang yan sa side ng ating kababayan. Dapat meron ding pre-employment briefing ang employer.
Exactly.
Kaya't haharap siya. Bago pa man umalis, haharap siya sa ating labor attaché o migrant workers office.
DMW Secretary Hans Kakdak added the place of work of domestic workers from overseas undergoes spot inspection in Singapore, but this is an initiative of the Singaporean government. According to Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega, the ban could be used as leverage so the same system could be implemented in Kuwait.
As a diplomat, so alam natin kailangan malakas ang negotiating chip natin bago natin masabi sa Kuwait na i-require namin ng mga citizens yung dadaan dyan. 2018 na may labor agreement na eh. So they're not interested in adding new stuff.
Kakdak says that right now, recruitment agencies have the responsibility of investigating employers abroad. Agatha Gregorio, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Authorities are digging deeper into alleged espionage activities by Chinese nationals. As Francis Falva tells us, investigators are determining whether these could be linked to dismantled POGO operations.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines is trying to determine the extent of the supposed spying activities of a Chinese national arrested by the NBI. According to AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla, the military considers this case a matter of concern. However, They have yet to confirm whether any intelligence or national security operations have been compromised. Authorities recovered high-precision topographic mapping and 3D modeling of military installations and key infrastructures from the suspects' belongings.
We consider this as an issue of concern, considering that critical infrastructures and, of course, even our military camps and our PNP camps are part of this. So this is national security concern, and we're really looking intently on this.
Investigations also revealed that the suspect had been in the country for quite a while, has traveled to various locations, and even married a Filipina.
Beginning December of 2024, the said Chinese national directed trips for over a month in the Luzon mainland, and they utilized their equipment to map and survey critical infrastructures and strategic areas to include military installations, ports, malls, communications grids, energy grid, and major seaports and airports covering major routes from the northernmost point of Luzon down to the Bicol region. This Chinese national achieved this through a network of financiers, technical experts, which are also Chinese nationals, and support personnel accordingly.
Authorities are also probing possible links between the espionage activities and dismantled POGO operations in the country.
Ang na-mention din dyan ng ating, notably ng ating Chief of Staff is the illegal part of the POGO operations. So how everything forms part of a bigger picture, that is what we intend to achieve with all of this intel gathering that we're making.
There is a pattern. And we only noticed the pattern when we started looking at the bigger picture and started connecting the dots. And these issues, which are not yet a threat to national security, but may pose a risk to public safety, to peace and order.
The AFP has yet to establish if the Chinese national arrested by the NBI has any connections to another suspected Chinese spy apprehended by the PNP CIDG in May 2024. According to PNP Public Information Office Chief Colonel Randall Tuanyo, the ACG has retrieved crucial information from the suspect's cell phone. Based on this intelligence, the PNP and AFP are strengthening their collaboration against espionage threats.
Ang ACG at ang CIDG po ay nag-meeting tungkol sa mga kasong pinali nila doon sa mga spy na yan at yung sa mga nakuha nilang mga informasyon na nakuha ng ACG doon sa cellphone na nakuha nila. Magmula dyan, makikipag-usap ang request po ni Director CIDG na makikipagpulong po siya sa ISAP.
Both the AFP and PNP have tightened security in their camps. They urge the public to immediately report any suspicious individuals in their communities to the authorities. Francis Polbe, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The Tourism Department wants to liberalize visa policies to attract more foreign visitors, particularly from India. Let's get more details from our correspondent, Hannah T, who joins us on the scene from Manila. Go ahead, Hannah.
Mai, the Department of Tourism is shifting its focus into attracting more Indian tourists amid challenges in the Chinese market. Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco says there's a need to liberalize visa policies to make the Philippines more globally competitive. She noted that only 300,000 Chinese tourists from an expected count of 2 million arrived last year due to stricter rules on China's e-visa system, prompting the Tourism Department to target the Indian market instead. Discussions are underway to implement an e-visa system for Indian tourists, with joint working group meetings already in progress to prepare for the expected influx.
With the challenges that we are facing pertaining to the Chinese market, we are now looking at India. Napaka-popular ng Pilipinas sa mga Indians, especially in terms of wedding tourism. Kasali na po dyan yung ating diving and other tourism products.
On the issue of Chinese tourist decline and concerns over alleged spying activities in the country, Frasco stressed that these incidences remain national security issues which are beyond the purview of the DOT. She reiterated that tourism transcends many things, including cultural and political differences, which is why it's a very powerful force for unity. She said that the DOT remains committed to recovering the Chinese market while focusing on expanding into India. Nearly 80,000 Indian tourists visited the Philippines last year, reflecting a 12% increase from 2023. The DOT is now working to streamline the visa process and establish direct flights between India and key Philippine destinations. Mai?
Hannah, does the DOT have a timeline for this? And what can we expect in terms of Indian tourist arrivals in 2025?
The DOT has not provided a specific timeline yet, but they said that they plan to prioritize first the liberalization of visa policies before expecting a significant increase in Indian tourist arrivals this year. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you for that report, Hannah T. More projects widening digital infrastructure can be expected this year. As Sujin Kim tells us, the initiative aims to tackle network congestion and significantly improve connectivity.
The green light has been given for the construction of 1,000 telecommunication towers nationwide, an ambition-driven $150 million or 8 billion peso initiative by PhilTower, aimed at expanding digital connectivity across the country. These towers will rise in strategic economic hubs including Bonifacio Global City, New Clark City, and Morong Discovery Park. The Common Tower Initiative, led by the DICT, offers a streamlined solution for telco infrastructure. Instead of companies like Globe, Smart, and Dito building separate towers, they can now share a single infrastructure, cutting costs and boosting efficiency. This move translates to significant savings in capital expenditures and operational costs, enabling telcos to expand their reach faster and at lower costs. The project also tackles network congestion, reducing the load from 4,000 users per tower, ensuring faster speeds and better reliability.
This is all about providing connectivity where the people are, where the communities are, and there's no other way to do that than adding more infrastructure. As you see, 2,000 or 4,000 people makes a very big difference on the speed. Double the speed immediately, less people.
The initiative is expected to create thousands of jobs spanning construction, engineering, and technology sectors.
It's also all about the employment that we are creating. A lot of those towers, 30-40% of them are happening in Visayas and Mindanao, happening also in isolated or more remote area, North Luzon or in the south. So it's really bringing economic activity in some of the more remote areas.
With stronger connectivity, businesses and workers can expect improved productivity and competitiveness.
Of course, it will attract more investment into our properties. When there will be more investments, there will be more employment opportunities in the areas of manufacturing, in the areas of financial, commercial, BPOs. So all of those developments would need fast connectivity, digital connections.
To this, we can expect a stronger telecommunications sector, exemplifying how collaboration can streamline processes and achieve tangible results. I hope that we can benchmark this with all the other areas. We can share this with all the other telco companies and tower companies.
A reliable internet network is crucial for the growth of BPO, fintech, and other digital-driven industries.
Really taking concrete steps to improve bureaucratic efficiency. The partnership will be the key towards enhancing digital infrastructure, consequently improving the ease of doing business.
Sujin Kim, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
U.S. President Donald Trump announces a $500 billion private sector investment in AI infrastructure. The project, dubbed Stargate, will be funded by OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle. It effectively rolls back the executive order of former President Joe Biden on AI that was intended to reduce the risks the technology poses to consumers, workers, and national security.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately.
The CEOs of SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle were all present at the White House for the launch of Stargate.
AI holds incredible promise for all of us, for every American. We've actually been working with OpenAI for a while and with Masa for a while. The data centers are actually under construction. The first of them are under construction in Texas. Each building's 500,000 square feet. There are 10 buildings currently being built, but that will expand to 20, and other locations beyond the Abilene location, which is our first location.
I think this will be the most important project of this era, and as Masa said, for AGI to get built here, to create hundreds of thousands of jobs, to create a new industry centered here. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, Mr. President, and I'm thrilled that we get to. I think it'll be an exciting project. I think we'll be able to do all of the wonderful things that these guys talked about.
Tech billionaire Elon Musk could become TikTok's rescuer in the U.S. if he wants to. President Trump says he would be open to the ex-owner buying the Chinese-owned app should Musk express intention. TikTok was taken offline in America before a law banning it on national security grounds took effect Sunday, a day after Trump signed an executive order seeking to delay the law's enforcement by 75 days. The president says he has met with the owners of TikTok.
It's worthless if it doesn't get a permit. It's not like, oh, you can take the U.S. The whole thing is worthless. With a permit, it's worth like $1 trillion. So what I'm thinking about saying to somebody is buy it and give half to the United States of America, half, and we'll give you the permit. And they'll have a great partner, the United States. And they'll have something that's actually more valuable because they have the ultimate partner, and the United States will make it very worthwhile for them in terms of the permit.
Still to come, an apparent show of force against China as the new U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio meets with Quad foreign ministers. The details after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Newsfeed at noon. Again, the headlines. Hundreds of U.S. Capitol rioters released from jail following President Trump's sweeping pardons. Philippine Ambassador Babe Romualdez confident that the country's alliance with the U.S. will remain strong under the second Trump presidency. K-pop superstar Jennie finally revealing the details of her upcoming debut solo album. And the Golden State Warriors main man, Steph Curry, gives a heartwarming surprise to his most devoted fan. Embattled state insurer PhilHealth again facing lawmakers after receiving no subsidy under the 2025 budget. Zandro Ochona is monitoring today's inquiry and he joins us now for updates. Zandro, what can you tell us?
My PhilHealth president and CEO Emmanuel Ledesma Jr. assures the public that PhilHealth will continue giving its services and would even increase their services delivery. This despite getting zero allocation in the 2025 national budget. Ledesma reiterated that the PhilHealth is in good shape as they have already increased 95% for all their covered cases. This covers twice as much compared to previous years, resulting to smaller out-of-pocket expenses for PhilHealth members. Right now, members of the committee are clarifying issues surrounding PhilHealth, including nationwide claim status from 2017 up to 2024. Mai?
Sandro, was the issue of delayed PhilHealth payments to hospitals mentioned?
Yes, my Senior Vice President Renato Limshaco Jr. explains that turnaround time for PhilHealth to pay its obligations to hospitals has been on a downward trend since 2021. In 2024, the turnaround time for PhilHealth to pay hospitals would take around 23 days on average. Mai?
All right, thank you for that report. Sandro Ochona joining us from the Batasang Pambansa. Despite President Trump's America First policy, the alliance between the Philippines and the U.S. is expected to remain strong. On Bilyonaryo News Channel's Business 360, Philippine Ambassador Babe Romualdez says this is due to the bipartisan support that the country enjoys in the U.S. Congress.
We also have to remember that it was during the time of President Trump when then Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who said that they had an ironclad commitment to the Mutual Defense Treaty. So as far as our defense arrangements are with the United States, it will remain as it is.
The World Health Organization regrets Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the organization. The WHO hopes Trump reconsiders his move. The agency adds it is open to engage in a constructive dialogue to maintain the partnership for the benefit of millions of people. It points out its partnership with the U.S. has saved countless lives and protected Americans from health threats. Quad foreign ministers meet in Washington in what's seen as a show of force against China. New U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio holding talks with counterparts from Japan, India, and Australia on his first day in office. No details yet on what has been discussed so far. China has repeatedly criticized the Quad, calling it a U.S. plot to undermine Beijing. Washington denies this. Over now to Turkey, where a fire at a ski resort hotel kills 76 people. The tragedy happened Tuesday during a busy holiday period. More than 200 guests were staying at a 12-story hotel in Bolu Mountains. Police have detained 9 people as part of the probe into the cause of the fire. Some royal news now. The Prince of Wales shows off his foosball and boxing skills at a charity event in London. He joined young people supported by Centrepoint Charity's Ealing service. The charity helps those aged 16 to 25 who are facing homelessness by providing beds and other services like counseling, employment opportunities, and access to education.
When I first moved here, that's when we got our first location, which was in Brent Cross. With the support of the team and everyone pushing me and all the, the therapy that they were able to provide me with and all the advice they could give me, I managed to then boost it and open multiple locations.
The Winter Lights Festival is on at London's Canary Wharf. Featured this year are 12 dazzling new artworks by artists from across the globe. 4 of them never before seen in the UK. The festival is open until February 1st.
I think it's always important to have a mix, so we love working with both local artists and international artists, so bringing kind of everyone together in this space. London is such a metropolitan, wonderful city, and I think Canary Wharf is representative of that.
We wanted to create something that is beautiful and to be admired, but is essentially a mirage and can't be trusted. And that is an analogy for social media itself.
I mean, it's an amazing event. We actually had the opportunity to be part of the summer version of the festival. So at the moment we had the opportunity to be part of the winter version of it, we jumped at the opportunity, especially being able to debut a brand new piece.
One of the biggest things that I love about this installation that we put together is it celebrates their childhood. Their childhood in the village, where they played games, where they were free, where they were just children.
A father and son duo embarks on a mission to explore the depths of the ocean with the help of a cutting-edge research vessel. Mai Lozano with that story.
The two richest people in the world are competing in the ultimate space race. Billionaires Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos recently launched their rockets almost at the same time. But how often do we hear about an ocean race? There is as much mystery beneath us. The final frontier. And that's where Ocean Explorer comes in. This cutting-edge research vessel by OceanX is on a mission to explore the depths of the ocean.
A lot of billionaires are focusing on space. They're focusing on the next frontier. But why is it important to focus on the ocean and do an exploration of the ocean?
Well, I'd like to say that if you like to breathe, then that's a very big importance of the oceans, because every second breath that you take is from the oceans. And so if the oceans aren't healthy, it's going to have a huge impact on the planet. And I like to see us on as almost like the front lines of climate change. I think the oceans in general is on the front lines of climate change. And so there's so much to explore, so much to know, and then also so much that we want to inspire and get the public to care about. And so the more that we can bring the general audiences, as well as policymakers and students and educators into this shared vision of caring for our oceans.
Behind OceanX is a father and son duo. It all started with billionaire Ray Dalio's and his son Mark, who shared an undeniable love for the ocean. Mark describes himself as a storyteller, and he made it his mission that through OceanX, he's not just uncovering the ocean's secret, but sharing them with the world. The Ocean Explorer recently docked here in the Philippines and gave only Bilyonaryo News Channel an exclusive on-camera tour of their vessel, giving us a deep dive into their subs, labs, and their high-tech gear. But what could the Ocean Explorer be up to on our shores?
Let's talk about you being in Asia and in the Philippines. What brought you to Southeast Asia and the Philippines?
The better question for me is why we wouldn't be here, because it is amazing how biodiverse. It's the most biodiverse waters in the world, and it was so fascinating, all the things that could be done and discovered. Yet it's also one of the most impacted from climate change.
And this 2025, the Ocean Explorer plans to return again to the Philippines. Mai Lozano, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Just 2 days ago, the Education Department has formalized a partnership with OceanX to develop immersive ocean education programs for Filipino students. Catch the full exclusive tour of the OceanX Explorer with Mai Lozano on the Lifestyle Lab's newest episode tonight at 8:30 p.m. Still ahead, Justin Bieber speaking out amid speculations over his relationship with wife Hailey. Stay with Newsfeed at noon.
This is The Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas.
And I'm Erica Christensen.
Ayala has climbed to world number 136. The young star is proving that persistence and hard work pays off.
Tyson Fury has once again sent shockwaves through the boxing world, announcing his retirement on Monday. Fury's retirement timeline reads like a roller coaster.
The Scorecard,
where sports is our business
and business is our sport, right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Rain Musngi. Join us as we explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. World markets are already reeling from Donald Trump's promise to jack up tariffs when he becomes U.S. president in less than 2 weeks.
We've created 16.6 million new jobs.
AccuWeather estimates $135 to $150 billion in damage from California wildfire. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top.
Ako we believe and we hope part yun ng pangarap. Katapos kasi if you go back so mga about 10 to 15 years ago when my kids were young, pagpupunta tayo sa sa let's say shopping, when we check out, noon magdadala na ako ng sarili kong bag. Tapos medyo makikipag-away pa ako kasi 10 to 15 years ago hindi pa accepted 'yon. Parang sasabihin nila, ay mama hindi pwede, we need to use our own plastic bag. And then kailangan kong matatense ang aking mga anak kasi medyo makikipag-away. So I will say, no,
lumalaban ka talaga.
Pero ngayon hindi na, di ba?
They actually encourage you.
Yes. Encourage. So that's a change in 10 years. So dito, kinikilabutan ako, but we're hopeful. Kasi kailangan din ng mundo. We need this.
For all of us.
Yeah, it's for all of us. It's for our future.
Every morning,
it's getting better.
Let's start your day right with fun and laughter. Join Paulo Del Rosario.
Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
And Asis Carillo.
We are bringing happiness and cheer along with inspiration, good vibes, and great energy.
And Monique Tuzon.
Your mornings are mo fun with us. Only here on
It's a Beautiful Day.
The questions.
Why sounds very serious
Seryoso,
but watch
no?
it.
Di ba parang, crime, may away pamilya, etc.
The issues.
Who are supposed to be on the faces of our bank, of our money?
Bangko Sentral, no? There is a numismatic committee who meets and decides.
We clarify matters.
The 1,000 peso bill was changed from the three heroes of World War II to the Philippine Eagle.
Pinky Web is always on point.
Currently, amihan ang nakakaapekto sa extreme northern Luzon at shear line sa eastern section ng central at nalalabing bahagi ng northern Luzon. So, itong shear line, na-expect natin na magdadala ng cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms sa Cagayan, Isabela, Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, and Aurora. Meanwhile, northeast monsoon will bring cloudy skies with rains naman sa Batanes po.
Newsfeed at noon. Entertainment headlines now. A photo of Casey Concepcion joins Getty Museum's prestigious collection. On Instagram, the actress revealed the iconic museum in Los Angeles, California, has acquired her 2008 portrait taken by Filipino photographer Mark Nicdao. Casey celebrated her longtime friendship with Mark, saying she's proud of him and grateful to be part of his moment. Casey added, "Here's to timeless art, enduring friendships, and the magic that comes with chasing dreams." K-pop superstar Jennie finally reveals the details of her much-awaited debut solo album. The Blackpink singer announced the record is called Ruby and will be released on March 7. In a 33-second teaser, Jennie also revealed her collaborations in the album, including with Childish Gambino and Dua Lipa. Jennie's journey as a soloist began in 2018 when she released her debut single, Solo. Justin Bieber clearing the air amid speculation something is going on between him and his wife, Hailey. Eagle-eyed fans noticed his Instagram account unfollowed that of the model. That's despite Justin's recent affectionate posts about Hailey, even calling her the greatest woman he has and will ever know. The pop star clarifies he did not unfollow his wife. He says someone went to his account and did so. The Biebers married in 2018 and welcomed their first child just last August. In sports, a grind-out win for tennis superstar Novak Djokovic at the Australian Open. The Serbian ace defeated Spain's Carlos Alcaraz in a grueling four-set quarterfinal showdown Tuesday in Melbourne. Djokovic is chasing a record 25th Grand Slam title at the Rod Laver Arena. He will now face Germany's Alexander Zverev in the semifinals. Formula One superstar Lewis Hamilton officially entering his Ferrari era. On Instagram, the seven-time world champion posted a photo of him in his new uniform. The caption, quote, "First time in red." The British racing icon had said it has always been his dream to race for the Italian team. Hamilton and Charles Leclerc are seeking to end Ferrari's 18-year driver's title drought this year. The new F1 season begins in March. And before we go, Golden State Warriors main man Steph Curry delivers a heartwarming surprise to a superfan. Meet Grandma Kitty, who became a conversation starter on TikTok for keeping a notebook that tracks Curry's games, performances, and opponents. The NBA superstar took notice of her devotion and even invited her to watch a Warriors game, not on League Pass, but live.
Hey, what's up, Grandma Kitty? Stephen Curry here. I saw the Instagram post. I want to say thanks for being such a proud member of Dub Nation and for supporting us. I know you watch us on League Pass all the time, and I know you got a beautiful scrapbook that you keep track of all of our stats, our wins and losses and all of that. So because of your support, we want to invite you to our game in Brooklyn on March 6th. We'd love to have you and bring your book. You don't have to watch on League Pass. You can come watch in person.
Grandma Kitty was able to watch Curry's video message and looks like she's excited to see her favorite player in action real soon.
Wow. 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 Here we come, Brooklyn.
What's the date?
Here we come.
March 6th, Graham.
March 6th. Wow. Steph Curry's in my dining room.
Can't wait to see them meet in person. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on the Bilyonaryo News channel. Have a good afternoon.